skin is the outer covering of the body. In humans, it is the largest organ of the integumentary system. The skin has up to 7 layers of ectodermal tissue and guards the underlying muscles, bones, ligaments and internal organs. Human skin is similar to that of most other mammals. Though nearly all human skin is covered with hair follicles, it can appear hairless. There are 2 general types of skin, hairy and glabrous skin, hairless. The adjective cutaneous literally means, of the skin, from Latin cutis, skin. Because it interfaces with the environment, skin plays an important immunity role in protecting the body against pathogens and excessive water loss. Its other functions are insulation, temperature regulation, sensation, synthesis of vitamin D, and the protection of vitamin B folates. Severely damaged skin will try to heal by forming scar tissue. This is often discolored and depigmented. In humans, skin pigmentation varies among populations, and skin type can range from dry to oily. Such skin varieties. Adipocytes, also known as lipocytes and fat cells, are the cells that primarily compose adipose tissue, specialized in storing energy as fat. Adipocytes are derived from mesenchymal stem cells which give rise to adipocytes, osteoblasts, myocytes and other cell types. There are 2 types of adipose tissue, white adipose tissue (WAT) and brown adipose tissue, which are also known as white fat and brown fat, respectively, and comprise 2 types of fat cells. Most recently, the presence of beige adipocytes with a gene expression pattern distinct from either white or brown adipocytes has been described. A mammary gland is an exocrine gland in mammals that produces milk to feed young offspring. Mammals get their name from the Latin word mama, breast. The mammary glands are arranged in organs such as the breasts in primates, for example, humans and chimpanzees, the udder in ruminants, for example, cows, goats, and deer, and the ducts of other animals, for example, dogs and cats. Lacturia, the occasional production of milk by the gland. Pectoral muscles, colloquially referred to as pecs, are the muscles that connect the front of the human chest with the bones of the upper arm and shoulder. Deep muscles of the chest, including pectoralis minor, serratus anterior, and subclavius gray 1918. Pectoralis major is a thick, fan-shaped muscle, which makes up the bulk of the chest muscle. It lies under the breast. It serves to flex, extend, and rotate the humerus, the long bone of the upper arm. Pectoralis minor is a thin, triangular muscle located beneath the pectoralis major. It attaches to the ribs, and serves to stabilize the scapula, the large bone of the shoulder. The pectoral fossa is a thin layer of tissue over the pectoralis major, extending toward the latissimus dorsi muscle on the back. Along with the pectoralis major and pectoralis minor, the subclavius muscle forms the axilla or armpit. The subclavius moves the shoulder downward and forward. Serratus anterior is another muscle on the front of the chest. It moves the scapula forward around the torso, as when throwing a punch. Between the ribs are various groups of intercostal muscles, which help with breathing. Intercostal muscles are several groups of muscles that run between the ribs, and help form and move the chest wall. The intercostal muscles are mainly involved in the mechanical aspect of breathing. These muscles help expand and shrink the size of the chest cavity to facilitate breathing. There are 3 principal layers. External intercostal muscles aid in quiet and forced inhalation. They originate on ribs 1 to 11 and have their insertion on ribs 2 to 12. The external intercostals are responsible in vertebrate anatomy. Ribs are the long curved bones which form the rib cage. In most tetrapods, ribs surround the chest, enabling the lungs to expand and thus facilitate breathing by expanding the chest cavity. They serve to protect the lungs, heart, and other internal organs of the thorax. In some animals, especially snakes, ribs may provide support and protection for the entire body. Humans have 24 ribs, 12 pairs. The first 7 sets of ribs pectoral muscles, colloquially referred to as. The nipple is a raised region of tissue on the surface of the breast from which milk leaves the breast through the lactiferous ducts. The milk can flow through the nipple passively, or it can be ejected by smooth muscle contractions that occur along the ductal system. The nipple is surrounded by the areola, which is often a darker color than the surrounding skin. It is often called a teat when referring to non-humans. Teat can also be used to describe the flexible mouthpiece of a baby bottle. In humans, nipples of both males and females can be stimulated as part of sexual arousal. In many cultures, human female nipples are sexualized, or regarded as sex objects and evaluated in terms of their physical characteristics and sexiness.